Feet. 1-inch arm length advantage for Kovalev, measured from the armpit to the end of the fist. They both weigh
30 victories, including 26 wins by knockout. Only as a professional has a perfect record. 31 fights, 31 victories, including 15 wins by knockout.
Right here is good, anything that's low. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
The first fight was a classic, epic in its way.
he wants.
Big right hand to the body from Kovalev. As shown in the first fight, it's extremely dramatic here early.
Ward momentarily losing his balance against the ropes. Kovalev took advantage of that to land another body shot.
Stop, 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 stop.
Good left hook. Andre Ward gets him started. Still a minute to go in the first round. Good body shot by Ward. Good straight right hand by Andre Ward. Shot to Kovalev.
Kovalev's power, but the danger zone is on the way in. He has to negotiate that carefully.
Pretty even round. If I had to score it, I'd probably give it. And two of the Ward children. Of which there are 4.
Virgil Hunter seemed pleased with that first round. It was, as most of the rounds between these two guys are, close.
Yeah, but the reason he was pleased with the round, Max, was because Ward did land a big straight right hand to get.
Well, you may have noticed Harold Letterman, our unofficial ringside scorer, scored the round for Kovalev.
Could see the case either way. Kovalev also did some good things. The right hands to the body. He neglected the body in their first fight.
Good counter right hand by Kovalev. It was a counter right hand by Kovalev.
A jab, but he doesn't have a left hook. A left hook is very devastating in a big fight like this. If you don't have a left hook and you only have a right hand, it's going to be very difficult for you to beat a guy like Andre Ward.
He acknowledged he didn't land enough left hooks in the last fight.
Andre has a good hook. Like when they get close, Andre throws a hook. Kovalev doesn't.
For a left hook from Ward there. Kovalev trying to answer back. Jab, jab, jab. Short with the right hand to the body. Jab upstairs again.
Kovalev really out jabbing Ward here.
Stop. Time. Get over there. Give it up. Let me know when you're ready. Stay.
And now
time, let's go.
That's one of the reasons a lot of people felt that Kovalev had won the first fight.
And when the puncher is out jabbing the boxer, usually that's bad news for the boxer. But again, Ward is a very well-rounded fighter, a resourceful fighter.
Kovalev has a very good jab, and he is winning the second round with it up to this point.
That was a good body shot by Ward.
2 of them. Kovalev countered well upstairs. And again,
and a left and a right by Kovalev. And Ward comes back with an uppercut inside. More jabs from Kovalev. Trying to pile up points with the jab.
once again, these two contesting this contest on a very high level for light heavyweights.
And it looked like jabs by Kovalev might have been the deciding factor in round 2.
In close, Kovalev blocking, but Andre comes with a shot that was a little bit under the belt line, which he called low, which was a good call. Here, Kovalev throws a right hook followed by a left jab, but you see a left hook would have been much more effective right there, Jim. That's why I was
given credit by CompuBox for landing 12 jabs in that round. Mikhail Kessler once landed 13 jabs on Andre Ward in one round, and that's the most jabs ever landed on him in 3 minutes.
Did the good work from the jab, at least on the cards by Kovalev, with that good body work late in the round, but these are close, competitive rounds.
Kovalev just missed with the right hand that might have done some real damage.
And what he has to watch tonight is
good left hook by Ward. Ward gets in first. Kovalev trying to get across the top with the right hand.
Hit the last time.
Well, he's avoided the knockdown.
And he's banging Kovalev with some really big shots inside. He didn't start this to round 5 last fight.
No, stop. The jab from time to time, but it's abundantly clear. He doesn't let his hands go with the same freedom and absence of fear that he does against lesser opponents than Andre Ward.
Watch the back here, both of y'all.
At this point, finds Kovalev landing and throwing more. A lot of the margin is jabs, power punches. Ward is right there with him. So it's similar in that regard to the first fight. Saw the Ward family. He misses with the right hand. Kovalev lands the left hook. Good solid shot to end the round by Sergey Kovalev.
See, Andre landed a jab. Kovalev landed a right hand. Andre come back. Well, Kovalev landed another jab. Then Andre comes back and answers with a jab. So
Sergey Kovalev and their son Alexander there at ringside as round number 4 begins. Let's go to our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman. Harold, how did you score the first 3?
Okay, Jim. I got a 3-0, 30-27, Sergey Kovalev. You know, Jim, he's taking this fight right to Andre Ward. Andre Ward's backing up. I mean, I haven't seen Andre Ward come forward once in 3 rounds. You watch this. He's just, well, I can't say he's running away, but, you know, he's not.
That has tremendous influence over the perceptions of all you people in the pay-per-view audience, or at least we guess that it does. And, of course, the official judges were on a slightly different page, ultimately, than Harold.
And don't be surprised if Andre catches Kovalev coming in with a big left hook and cause some damage, because he's throwing a mean left hook every time Kovalev comes in too viciously.
That said, there have been plenty of fighters who've won fights going backward. And Andre did that at times in their first fight.
Well, Andre has superior counterpunching, at least in perception. And Kovalev has thrown 152 punches so far to only 87 for Ward. When you're throwing a lot more, you're likely to get credit. Here's a counterpunch for Ward once again, as Kovalev was trying to deliver.
And Ward
Lecture early in the last fight.
Good shot by Andre.
And now Kovalev wants to answer it.
And incidentally, in terms of what way they're moving and who has the power edge, it's not as stark in this fight as in some others, but this is the good big man versus the good little man. Has made his bones at light heavy, and you can see Kovalev is the bigger, stronger guy.
Yeah, but Andre's got much more comfortable already, and Andre is doing things to him that are really hurting and throwing shots, really trying to...
Closing seconds of the round, Ward's counterpunches may have gotten the better of Kovalev here in the 4th.
Ward has really unloaded some good shots. The question is, what effect will they have on Kovalev as this fight progresses?
You see that left hand in front, watch this. Bing, quick jab, and slips the right hand so quickly that he's far out in front of Kovalev right now.
In the first 4 rounds, Harold Letterman gave the 4th round to Ward, who landed more punches in that round for the first time in the fight. Now we go to the 5th.
Good body shot from Kovalev under the heart.
And Kovalev is looking really tired now, man.
Yes, he is, although he's landing some big
Oh,
shots.
good hook by
Good
Ward.
hook by Ward.
I think he's pretty much shot for this round, Max. Those body shots have pretty much got him in a little bit of a trouble, in trouble, because he's very winded.
But he's boosting his energy now.
Kovalev has not had a lot of experience going these late rounds, so...
Oh, ripped some nice body shots by Ward.
Kovalev, no doubt, put on a list coming into the fight, throw more body shots. And he does appear to have tried to throw more body shots, but it's still Ward who is more effective to the body.
Being very smart after the break here, throwing a good right hand to the body, followed by a beautiful left hook to the head, something that I told you Kovalev doesn't use much. And then Kovalev answered with
exchange.
Almost.
Kovalev has thrown almost twice as many punches so far as has Andre Ward, but he's landing only at a 24% rate. While Ward, more efficient, more selective, is landing at a 37% rate, according to CompuBox, for him than he thought he would be. Kovalev momentarily in a southpaw stance, and it just to touch Ward with the jab.
And Ward has punished Kovalev more than Ward punished him in the early part of the first fight.
Yes, he did. That was the change that he knew he needed to make. So right now he's winning the fight to me on making.
And he fights stubborn. And Kovalev is going to have to be just as stubborn to beat him.
Great feint by Ward to set up the left hand shot there.
Yes, it was, Jim. That was a nice.
Just busier than Andre. So even as we're telling you the story of the fight as we see it, Kovalev is still scoring points and maybe winning rounds.
It's a debate.
Jab, slipped the right hand and countered with a beautiful straight right to the chin of Ward. Then you see Ward come back, step off of Kovalev's left hook and counter with a beautiful straight jab. But Kovalev's jab also landed.
Because Kovalev is always throwing and therefore usually landing.
Once again, Harold Letterman has no doubt. We're halfway through the fight. Let's take a look at his scorecard. Harold?
Okay, Jim, I got a 59-55, 5 rounds to 1, Sergey Kovalev. Jim, I think he's landing the hardest shots, and that's why he's winning the fight. Andre Ward, you know, as I said before,
To score, why he's scoring it that way. The 3 anonymous judges at ringside don't get that particular opportunity or platform. And that has part of the dynamic to do with the scoring controversies which emerge in pay-per-view fights like this.
And this is what I mentioned earlier. Harold's giving Kovalev credit for landing the harder shots. Kovalev is a harder puncher, and he comes in with that reputation, and he's landing more shots. But Andre, I actually think, is landing the harder shots.
I agree with you, Max, 100%.
And by the way, it's not just how hard you punch, it's how well the other guy takes your shot.
That right hook, or that left hook, I should say, by Ward was blocked by Kovalev's right glove. Kovalev landing jabs again.
Kovalev, even when he doesn't appear to be throwing very hard, the effect on Andre seems to be as though it was a hard shot.
If, in fact, Kovalev is leading in the fight, that's because he's landing his jab, like power shots inside. And there's another low blow.
I don't know if that was low, Jim.
Ward doesn't think so.
I don't think that was low.
And Weeks is saying, come on, Sergey, come back and fight. A left hook tap. Crowd responded as though it was a big shot, but it wasn't, but it landed. Another landed jab for Kovalev.
Yeah, Kovalev is dead tired, Jim.
But he remains the aggressor.
Yeah, but he's dead tired. If he runs into a big shot here, something bad could happen.
But it's not a round in which Ward got inside of his jab all that much.
A little bit low, but I didn't think it calls for, like, it wasn't hard as you see. It was just a tap shot. It was a little bit low, but I don't think it called for the reaction that we got by Kovalev.
It is going a certain way. Ward is coming on. Kovalev is looking for a breather, those sorts of things. Oh, this is some good action here. But actually, at the end of the round, it could be Kovalev who won it just by landing more shots.
Well, one pattern which is emerging already. Kovalev has thrown 116 more punches to this point in the fight than he threw in the last fight. So he's fighting at a much faster and more sustained pace. As the result of that, he's exposing himself much more frequently to Ward's counter shots. So Ward is landing higher quality punches to this point in the fight than he did to this point in the last fight.
In the action at times, Kovalev looks as though he's looking for a breather, looking for the ref to give him some help, turns his back to Ward. But when the action resumes, it's Kovalev who landed the shots.
Pushing the issue.
Good right hand inside by Kovalev.
Oh, another good body. That was a good body shot.
Kovalev,
that might be a little low. That might be a little low. I'm not sure.
Only Weeks said keep it up. But there was no pause in the action, no recovery time for Kovalev. So it turns out to be a solid body.
Be interested to see that on replay. It looked to me like a borderline shot on the belt, and it looked to me like Kovalev was looking for a breather there.
And he kind of quit overreacting to those because that shows a sign of weakness to Ward. That's why Ward's coming at him now. Oh, there you go.
Right hand by Ward.
That hurt him bad.
Front to the fight. Wobbles Kovalev.
Bad. I told you he was weak, Jim. You can see in his legs, he's done this fight.
Kovalev holding on right now. Ward has a chance to knock him out with a minute still to go in the 8th round.
Hurt body shot. He's hurt from a body shot. Bad. Body shots are killing him, Jim.
Ward with body shots and a left hook.
Yeah, he's
Kovalev in
hurting the body
big
shot.
trouble. 50 seconds to go in the round. Sergey just trying to get away.
Ward not known as a finisher, but Kovalev looks finished.
Crowd rocking and rolling. Ward, like the smart finisher that he is, trying to go to the body, and Tony Weeks is going to stop the fight. Stopping the fight in the 8th round as a sustained body attack from Andre Ward continued. Kovalev never went to the canvas.
Kovalev looked like he was looking for a breather. He was hit belt line, not low. Ward noticed he didn't want it in the body, and like the great champion he is.
Fine blow for which Kovalev tried to get a rest.
Yeah, that was not a low blow. That was on the belt line, and the belt, as you see, is above the navel, so that's not a low blow. And when he went down to show that hurt him, he acted like it was a low blow. Most fighters know that if a guy acts like that's a low blow, that shot right there on the chin hurt, though. That buckled his knees.
That was the biggest punch of the fight, the hard right hand.
That's
and
the
now
biggest punch
Kovalev
ever
was
hit
in
with.
trouble and trying to survive. And as he looked for space in the ring and looked for a chance to get away, after that right hand, which you had already seen once, here's what Ward did. Body. Missing over the top to the head. And now, watch these body shots that ultimately seal the deal. And look at the effort that Ward puts into every body shot. Boom. Boom. And Tony Weeks says, I've seen enough.
The end comes at 2 minutes 29 seconds, round number 8. As referee Tony Weeks steps in and calls a halt to the contest. The winner by TKO victory, still the